I'm Caroline O'Neill and I'm working with Bassetts Renewables, and it's all things air source heat pump, and we've been invited into this gorgeous home by my neighbour, Eithne, actually just over the field. She lives like in our house, and I can't imagine ever being able to sit in my house like this, Eithne, but hopefully it's coming soon. Thank you for asking us to be here today.
No problem at all, it's great to have you.
And you have an air source heat pump in here, isn't that right?
Yes, yeah.
So tell us about that. Why did you decide to go for an air source heat pump?
Well, in the last house that we were in, we had oil heating, and it was important to me to try and move towards being a more energy efficient home. So that was one of the reasons then I started to do some research on it. And then a sister-in-law of mine, they have a ground source heat pump, so we got some information from them about it as well. More and more research I did, it just seemed to be the right option for us.
So your builder actually helped you make the decision on what type, but then the actual process of moving forward, I never know with these things. I'm like, what do I do next? So what actually happened then?
So then I was able to talk to our plumber and say what system that we wanted to go with the ground system, and then he was able to communicate with Bassetts and basically took it all off my hands. So he went to Bassetts and they were able to set up a bespoke system that worked for our house. It just made it very, very easy. And then the next conversation that I had was when we moved into the house, and he explained, what our heat pump was and how to use the thermostats, and it was just as simple as that.
They're the experts, so Kevin's the plumber, Bassetts Renewables are the experts on all the different systems and how they work and stuff, so when they come together and do their magic, we just have to kind of feed in at the right times, which is brilliant.
What I think was really reassuring is, Kevin is local as well, so it's kind of easy to communicate with somebody that you maybe see around as well, and also that Bassetts is a local company to us too, and I think it's reassuring to know that if there was any problems or any issues that to be easy to contact them and to get help or assistance.
So I know I've been talking to a few people on social who've asked me loads of questions, and people are concerned first of all about the space that it's going to take to house this kind of system, and also the noise. So talk to me about that. You've showed me already the plant room, as you call it, the official name. Like, it doesn't take up much space at all.
No, and it was actually something that I hadn't considered in our plan, and I planned for everything, but that's one thing that I forgot to plan for. And I had a hot press, and it fits perfectly in there, and it's great, it's tidy, it's down at the bottom of our hall, and you wouldn't even know it's there.
How did you find that installation process, with the underground heating going in?
Well, the installation, I was constantly down keeping an eye peeking through the windows to see what was going on, and it was amazing. It's unbelievable. It's just it's nearly like a jigsaw the way it moves through the house. And underneath the island, there's no pipes or no heating under there, or none in the pantry, so it keeps those areas cooler.
Yes.
And it's just so smart, the way that it works. And because it's such a big house, we have kind of two sets of manifolds, so one does one part of the house and then the other does the other part of the house.
Okay.
And you won't see that in every house because that's specifically made for our house.
Which is the benefit of going to somewhere like Bassetts, that they can do it bespoke for you. You're not just buying a system and sticking it in.
Yeah, because if I had went to look myself to try and find a system, or went to a different seller, then it wouldn't have been specific to my house.
Yes.
So it's so reassuring to know that when you have a company like Bassetts doing it alongside your plumber, that they're doing it right, and they're making sure it's done right.
Yes, it's definitely peace of mind.
Yeah, 100%.
So have you had a bill yet, and what are you expecting your bills to be, Eithne?
So we have only had one bill, and that was the heating was on when the house was drying out. So it was £250.
That was a quarterly?
That was quarterly,
yeah.
And so the heating was on, full blast, 24 hours a day to try and get the house dried out, because we wanted to get moved in.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward now to seeing, how that compares to when we're living in the house, and adjusting the temperatures, adjusting the thermostats, and using all the other electrical things in the house as well.
So I think that's what people maybe aren't sure of. It's one bill for your electric and your heating. You don't have a heating bill and an electric bill. So it's one bill, and then you can actually measure then the reduction.
I think if you were to add on your oil, the cost of your oil, and with it increasing so much, and your electricity bills, there won't probably be a big difference between them when it comes down to it. And with having the solar panels there too, it'll help with the cost of it too.
Okay. What would be your one piece of advice that you would give to self-builders who are perhaps trying to figure out what heating system to go for, and in relation to the air source heat pump?
Well, when I was planning for this house, my thoughts were, right, this is our home, this is our forever home. This is where we're always going to be, so we kind of have to plan for the future. And so if you want to set up a home that you're going to stay in, you know, forever, then you have to do it right and do it once. And so speak to Bassetts and you'll get all the knowledge, all the information that you need in one place, and they'll be able to direct you and guide you so that when you're doing it, then you're completely reassured that when you're moving into your home, it's set up and it's ready for you and for your family to live comfortably.